Hello everyone, Dustin Hartzler here from YourWebsiteEngineer.com, and today I want to show you a little bit of what 3.5 is going to look like. Today is December 5th, 2012, and it is very close to being the release day for WordPress 3.5. I'm running WordPress 3.5, the release candidate number 3 on my local machine here, and I just want to show you a few little different things that I see about it and some things that we can be excited about. First off, I am here in the login screen, and the first thing that I can notice is the login button looks a little bit differently. It looks it's a little bigger, it's more squarish, and it's got a little different blue color. So that's the very first thing that I recognize. I'm going to log in here with my very secure username and password on my local machine. And the first thing that jumps out right in front of me is I can see the Welcome to WordPress screen. And we've assembled some links to get you started. You can begin by customizing your site with that big blue button right there. And then the next steps, you can write your first blog post, you can add an about page, you can view your site, and then over here you can manage widgets or menus, you can turn comments on or off, and you can learn more about getting started. So all this kind of stuff is brand new. It's a way to get into the dashboard or something to see when you get to the dashboard, which is really pretty cool. Let's go ahead and learn more about WordPress, and they'll take you right to the codex page, and you can go in and you can find out all types of information that you want just about kind of getting a quick roundabout of what WordPress is all about. But if we go back, let's go back here and kind of look through and see if there's anything else that's differently. Let's go ahead and write our first blog post. Okay, now here's a look in at the new post section. With a quick glance, I can see some things that are looking a little bit different. We can see over here the buttons under the publish section are more round or more squarish. That has the same color as the login button. So those are a few little things I noticed right off the bat. And a big thing that I noticed is this new add media button that looks just a little bit different here. But let's go ahead and we will add a test post. And then we will put in some generic content. Now that we've got some content in there, let's go ahead and publish this post. We can go ahead and publish. Now these buttons are a little bit squarer as well, and we'll go ahead and view the post. So the next thing I noticed while we're looking here at our very first post is that we're seeing something that looks like a very generic template, and that is the 2012 theme. It is a brand new theme that's rolled out with version 3.5, and it is a responsive theme. And so what that means is it's going to respond differently depending on what size of browser it's being used on, whether it's on a phone or a tablet or a computer. So in order to kind of give this a little test drive to see what it looks like, if we go down to the very bottom right hand corner and click, and we can resize this browser, just watch as the text begins to become smaller and how things start to shift and are displayed a little bit differently. So this zoomed all the way in like this. This is what it would appear like on your phone. So you have the ability to see the top content. You can see your menu is right here. You can see your post. Then you can leave a reply, and then if you keep scrolling down, then this is all your sidebar content right here to the bottom. And so that's kind of how a responsive design works. There's a lot of things that you can do with it, but I just kind of wanted to highlight that feature as well. So let's go back into the dashboard. So as you can see, this thing is still here, this Welcome to WordPress. And if you are familiar with WordPress and you've used it plenty of times, you can go ahead and click on this dismiss, and you can go ahead and get rid of that. The rest of the stuff that's going on here in the dashboard looks pretty much similar to what we're used to seeing. One thing that you can't really see on this demo is the new admin enhancements that have been made. They're now they're high DPI accessible. So if you have a Retina MacBook or some Retina machines, you can see that everything is much crisper and clearer. And then they've also consolidated some of the options, and now you have the ability to no longer see the links. Remember, it used to say post, media, links, pages, comments. And so that's turned off. You can go ahead and you can turn it back on, I'm sure, in the settings somewhere, but that is gone by default. I know that when I was always telling people how to use their site, I was always like, oh, well, you'll never use this links area. And so just go ahead and I just said, don't ever use that. And so that's another thing. Let's go into the media gallery, because this is another thing that's been overhauled quite a bit. And so we just have one thing in there. Let's go ahead and add another image. And let's see if I can find an image on my computer somewhere that we can upload. So let's just scroll down through here. I got a lot of stuff that's going on. Let's just go ahead and upload this picture. So I've got a couple images in there. It doesn't look like things are happening, too much is going on here differently. I know that there are some new things that happen with the media library. So let's go back over to the post area and let's go back into our test post and see what happens when we try to add new media. This is where we're going to see something that's completely different. This looks way different than before. If we wanted to add a media item that we already have, maybe this code is poetry thing, let's go ahead and insert that into the post, and then we can make that the top part of our post. Let's enter down, and then we can update. And then we can show this update. Let's go ahead and view this new post and show it in a new tab. We'll go ahead and update, and there is the picture itself. Now, let's see if we can go in and we have a few more options. If we click on there, this looks to be the same where we can resize the image. We've got the advanced settings here where we can change the height and the width from the original size, and then we can add some custom CSS styling. So it looks like the main area where we see new great things with the media gallery is when you go to add media gallery there. You can create a gallery right there. Within it, you can do the featured image. That's all part of the same piece. And for some reason, when I uploaded my beach shot from Puerto Rico, it came in upside down. I have no idea why that is, but let's go ahead and set that as the featured image. And so then you can see that turns into the featured image over here on the right-hand side like we're used to. Looks like we still have the ability to add it right here, but you can just do it from the media area as well. So let's update that. And I think those are the big changes that are coming with 3.5. They've renamed too, as you might notice, they've renamed this from HTML to text. So if you want to, you might have to update some of your tutorials or training guides to say from the HTML menu, you want to change that to the text menu. And then for the most part, this is about all that's been changed. And I'm sure there's a lot of security updates and different things. So I think if you have clients or customers that you're working with that are not tech savvy or haven't used WordPress a whole lot, they're probably not going to notice the small UI changes with the buttons and the different media areas and things along those lines. But just want to make sure that if you do have some sort of training guides or training tutorials and stuff out there, you might want to go ahead and update those, get some new screenshots and pull them in. And so that is what I wanted to show you from WordPress 3.5. Remember, it is not quite out yet. This is the release candidate number 3, so it means it's as close as possible to the live version that we shall see probably later this afternoon. It might actually come out tomorrow on December 6th. So when you see that update, it'll be up here in the yellow area in your website saying that WordPress 3.5 is available. Please update. Don't forget to go out, back up your website, make sure you've got all your files backed up in a safe place, and then go ahead and roll out the next version. And with that, that's all I've got for you. If you want more tips, tricks, and resources, head on over to yourwebsiteengineer.com.